Jake, I told you not to procrastinate. You waited until the last minute with that English paper, and then you got busted by a teacher at your high school. These teachers have access to turn it in and so many tools at their disposal. Now, what are you going to do? Now, I may have to go up to the school and talk to the principal and then your teacher to try to get you out of this. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. My nephew Jake plagiarizing. We'll use that as a teachable moment with these upcoming presentations. Demonstration presentations are starting next week. My Pitt Greensburg students, let's power up. Let's not procrastinate. You don't want to take a risk and plagiarize. I'm too good. I'll catch you. You're better than that. And so this specific digital recording is an add-on as far as what I've already taught you. I mean, there may be some students too who've missed some courses. And so maybe I'll spend about 10 minutes with this. So the first thing I want you to do is print out this packet. It's in Canvas. It's based on your demonstration presentations, and they will be delivered in real time by way of Zoom. So go and print this out. You may say, I've already gone over it. Wait a minute. You don't want to be like Jake. I'll catch you if you cheat now. I need you to be better than that. I don't expect perfection. This is an introductory public speaking course, but I do expect your best effort. Have you printed this out yet? Because I want to go over it with you. Print it out. I'll wait. I'll wait for you. Go ahead. Okay, now you have it. Have you given thought to the topic for the demonstration presentation? You don't want to talk about something that's trivial. You don't want to talk about something that's erotic. You don't want to talk about something that's religious. You don't want to talk about something that's unethical. What you do want to talk about is something educational, something inspiring, something beneficial. So that's the first thing. So if you take a look at this packet, and I know you have it now, thank goodness you have it, this speech should be 5 to 6 minutes. I don't want you to talk for 3 minutes and run a 2-minute clip, video clip. You need to speak for at least 5 to 6 minutes. Must have proper tools and equipment for safe, accurate, step-by-step procedure. Suggested overall time investment is 10 to 12 hours. You may be saying, Ed Rideout, you are out of your mind. You expect me, and I'm leaning in, to put 10 to 12 hours into this assignment. And I would say, you know what? If you're brilliant and you've given a lot of presentations in the past, maybe you can do it with less. When I took this class at Penn State, I had to put a lot more than the 10 to 12 hours per speech. There's so many moving parts and so many things that can go wrong. So now you have your topic. Have you started doing your research? But, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's stay aligned with the packet, and this is the first sheet. So the presentation should be divided into intro, body, conclusion format. But I want to focus on the content, the body of the message. This is a how-to speech, a demonstration speech. You need to cite at least 3 sources of research. You may say, I'm giving a presentation on basic self-defense. I am a brown belt in karate, so I don't need to cite sources of research. And I would say this to you. I've been teaching this class for more than 20 years, and I still cite sources of research. All right? You want the audience to know you've really invested the time. You have unearthed timely, accurate, comprehensive information, and your message is to be trusted. You must use clear examples and visual aids. Did you know 5% of your grade is based on visual aids? We'll get to that a little bit later. Do you have this packet? You know what? I think there's a small portion of you that don't have your packet. So I'm going to wait until you print it out. That's right. Jake, we're going to talk a little bit later about that procrastination and that cheating. I'm not done with you yet. I keep getting pulled back into the conversation with my nephew about cheating. Mention that can be a teachable moment. I don't want you to procrastinate, to put yourself in a position where you might cheat. We're at Pitt Greensburg. We have to have high standards. So take a look at organization, intro, body, conclusion. This class is formulaic. These speeches are structured. I don't want you to stand and present based on what's in the top of your head and your style and your way. Why would I be here if that's what you were doing? I'm here to give you the right way. It's an Aristotle approach with a contemporary twist. So your introduction has 4 elements: the attention getter, the orientation, the thesis, and the preview. The attention getter is designed to grab the audience attention. And so you can open up with a question, a series of questions, anecdote, a statistic, a startling statement, a quotation. Then your orientation says, my message is important because. So you grab the audience attention, which makes sense. Attention spans are plummeting. Then you let your audience know, this virtual audience at Pitt Greensburg, why my topic is relevant for you. Then you include a thesis statement, limited to 1 sentence. Don't phrase it as a question. And then the preview does 2 things. It lets the audience know how long you will speak on this given day and what the main points are in the body of the speech. Are you with me? Do you have that? Okay, 4 elements. Let's transition to the body. We're talking about 2 to 5 main points. 2 to 5, not 10. I had a student at Penn State University in April of 2000 give a speech on pedicures, and she included 10 steps. The speech was 4 minutes and 59 seconds, and it overwhelmed us. It's far too much for this little amount of time. So 2 to 5, not 1 and not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 main points, right? So each main point should be distinct and separate, and your main point should be supported by credible information from websites, from books, from magazine articles, scholarly journals, if your topic lends itself to that, personal experience. Now let's go to the conclusion. But before I transition to the conclusion, let me test your active listening. How many elements did I underscore in the introduction? Was it 1? Was it 2? Or was it 4 elements? I'll wait. You may say, I've already took a pop quiz in your class. I don't want to do it again. Come on. Indulge me. Just one more time. 4 elements in the introduction. You have your packet. By this time, this stuff should make sense. You should have it, okay? You should be processing it and be moving forward to put together a good speech. So there are 4 elements in the intro: the attention getter, the orientation, thesis, and the preview. You may say, Ed, I'm not with you. Well, if you ever lose your footing, pull up the sample preparation outline, which is aligned in your packet in Canvas. It is entitled How to Market Yourself to Land a High-Paying Job. If you ever lose your footing, pull this up in Canvas, do a save as, put your topic in, and then follow these guidelines, because this is the structure that you follow. You may be saying, I'm a maverick, Rideout. I don't want to follow your guidelines. You can be a maverick. Certainly Steve Jobs was. Tyler Perry is to some extent. Even I am. But you want to follow the guidelines, and then there's freedom within the elements of public speaking. You know, I use this approach to public speaking every time you see me. I opened up today with a skit with Jake. I don't have a nephew named Jake, and there was no plagiarism, but I thought using a skit to open today's message would be creative and pull you in. So as far as the conclusion, see, I tested you and you didn't have those 4 elements in the intro. You're scaring me now. But let's go to the conclusion. There are 3 things in that conclusion. The restatement, so you restate that thesis. You review the main ideas. You let the audience know how long you spoke and what your main points were. And then you close with impact. Now let's transition to the delivery. So speeches should be assessed based on 2 things: the content of the message, based on introduction, body, and conclusion, and then based on the delivery. And that entails your body posture, your facial expressions, your hand gestures, your eye contact or lack of it. At the heart and soul of it will be you want to exhibit some enthusiasm, some confidence, some mastery of public speaking. But what I'm asking you to do is spend 3 to 5 hours rehearsing your lines. You may be saying once again, Ed Rideout, you've lost your mind. COVID-19 has gotten the best of you. Hold tight. If you want to rush through this, you can, but there will be consequences. When you give a presentation, we have too many moving parts. There's too many things that can go wrong. So I want you to get this right. I'm not looking for perfection from you. I'm looking for your best effort. I don't want you to throw this together. I don't want you to share a message based on what's in the top of your head. Why am I here? I'm here to teach you a streamlined approach to giving dynamic speeches. So, with your visual aids, that's a part of your delivery. Most students use Prezi or PowerPoint or Google Slides. Let's transition to the next page within this packet in Canvas. It's entitled Keys to Delivering a Dynamic Message. I'm not going to go over this, but I took my time starting from A and going through Z, every step, and I outlined everything I thought was critical based on preparation and delivery. We're not going to go over this at this point. What I am going to do is go over the rubric. Do you have that? I trust you printed out that packet. We talked about it multiple times. You have it now. Great. Great job. Thanks for getting it. Thank you. Now we're cooking with gas. This rubric should be your best friend. In fact, why don't you keep it beside you the entire time that you are putting together your demonstration speech? How smart is that? So you take a look at the rubric, the grading rubric. This measures your performance or your performances, and you will be graded based on introduction, body, conclusion, delivery, preparation outline. Let me also add, if you give a late speech, that's a 50% reduction in your grade. But 20% of your grade is based on the introduction. And remember, there are 4 elements. Now, I need you to tell me what they are. I'm not going to say a thing. I'm going to sit back, and I want you to recite those 4 elements that are in the introduction, because we went over them about 3 times. Okay? You have them now, and I'm so proud of you. You have them. We're ready. We're ready. The body of your presentation is 15%, and that's based on time, organization of your main points, and then citing sources of research for credibility purposes, right? And so the body is an important thing. You don't want to have 10 main points. You don't want to have 1 main point, 2 to 5, fully supported with credible information from timely, accurate, objective data, and you can include your own experience. But you need to do some research. Now we'll go to delivery. It's worth 40% of your grade, so I'm grading you based on the content of what you say and how you say it, right? And then the last thing would be 10% as far as the preparation outline. So delivery, I will grade you based on eye contact or lack of it, confidence or lack of it, enthusiasm or lack of it, hand gestures, they should be natural to accentuate points, your visual aids, your facial expressions, your language and voice as far as inflecting upon the right syllables. You don't want to be monotone. You want to be more animated and high energy. I wanted to present 10 minutes, but we're over by a couple minutes. And let's use that as a teachable moment. If you go over by a minute or 2, that's fine. But if you go under by a minute or 2, that's a problem. Now, I do want your target to be 5 to 6 minutes. I can handle a minute or 2 over. I cannot handle a minute or 2 under. If I'm asking for a 5 to 6 minute speech and you give me a whopping 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I am going to scream. Where are we? We're at Pitt Greensburg, one of the best schools in the country. You're better than that, okay? The last thing I want to highlight, or one of the last things, is this preparation outline. I told you it's in Canvas. So what I want you to do is pull it up, do a save as, put your name inside the file, name the speech if you want, and follow the guidelines, because everything I'm talking about right now is reflected in this preparation outline. It's all here. Introduction, body, conclusion, thesis in the intro, thesis in the conclusion. Let's pose a question. What is the thesis in the conclusion called? It is one of the elements of public speaking. That's right. You have it. It's called the restatement. So proud of you. I'm not sure I tell you enough. I love you dearly. All of you are near and dear to me, but there's a price to pay for success. If I can give you 50 minutes by way of Zoom 3 days a week without reading, being over prepared, then you can give me 5 or 6 minutes next week or the week after that. So take a look at this preparation outline. My topic is how to market yourself to land a high-paying job. 4 elements in the introduction. We go to the body. Notice that the main points and supporting evidence are expressed in complete sentence format. You can use APA or MLA style. So do take a look at it. Now, the last thing I do want to highlight is when the curtain rises on game day, chances are you've never given a real-time presentation on Zoom. I've done it, but I'm a professor. How about you? What goes into it? How about making sure you have the strongest internet connection possible? If you're using a Wi-Fi hotspot, that connection is not going to be good. Your voice will trail off. The imagery won't be good. It's going to be tough. So get a good connection. The second thing, how about using the best technological device you have? The best. The last thing you want to do is use your smartphone. So how about a notebook? How about a laptop computer? How about dressing business casual? How about standing up and starting with an establishing shot so we can see you from head to toe? So you only get one time through, and I've gone over everything I need to go over. But make sure that place is quiet game day when you present. Make sure the lighting is good. Make sure you filter out background noises. I've covered everything I need to in this packet. This packet's really good. I want you to spend some more time with it. And you're getting a lot better with these elements of public speaking. Let's not forget, we are University of Pittsburgh. We're at the Greensboro campus. We're a proud group of people, spirited group of people. And so I don't expect perfection, but I expect your best effort. Remember, I don't have a nephew named Jake, and he didn't plagiarize, but I don't want that to be you. So that hypothetical situation could be real if you're not careful. So power up, put in the time, and we'll see you ready to go next week or the week after. Take care. Thank you.